Hi guys, Lady Random here and welcome back to FTB Inventions. Couple of things I was going to have a look at today, and that is sorting out our power a little bit. Now I want to try and make these ender fluid tanks. Well, I say try and make them, I will make them. These are portable fluid tanks that we can use as part of our fuel system, and what I want to do is actually use these down in the mob spawner area. I have got some plans sort of later on in the episode for some additional fuel ideas. We've got a little bit of lag today. But yeah, we're sort of looking... Ooh, obviously killed a creeper and some skellies have spawned in there as well. Interesting. Obviously we are going through a fair bit of fuel with these, even with octatic capacitors in there. We need to make one actually for this particular one here. But I'm kind of thinking that we might be better suited maybe looking at some lava power, something that we can actually set up down here and just kind of keep churning the power out, because we have got up here 3 lava tanks. So I've just made some more of the open blocks tanks, and we've got our magma crucible here, which is obviously busy making the lava. So I'm kind of thinking it sort of might be smart for us maybe to look at using... Is that one full? You're not quite full, are you? Let's put you back down for a second. There we go. There we go. That's 3 full ones. So what we can do is make these ender fluid tanks, which we can actually use instead of those to try and keep the lava going. Pretty easy. We just need iron ingots, iron bars and some glass, and we'll just grab 3 of those. Nice and easy. And what we should be able to do is go down to the right part, sort of use these as a method of fueling. So let's see if we can try and... Don't know whether it will interface with the front of those. We can have a go. And there we go. 2, 3. Fill those up. And what we should be able to do is use buckets. Now what we can do is put the buckets in, and it will actually expel the buckets and kind of, hopefully, I think, circulate the buckets round. Active without signal. Active without signal. So if we go and grab ourselves some buckets, the theory is we should be able to load the buckets into the tanks. That should then pick up those, place them as the lava filled buckets. I've got buckets in here somewhere. Where are you, little buckets? There you are. So yeah, we should be able to put these in, and these should cycle hopefully in and out. So what we'll need to do is set the input to in and out on the tanks. So let's click on it with an open... Oh! Put the lava back. Let's just take those out of our hotbar, shall we, for the moment. So we have an empty hand. Lost a bucket. No, we haven't. We've got a lava filled bucket, that's why. So you need to go back into there like so. Excellent. So let's click on that with an empty hand. If we put that to here. Same with this one. One into there. And this one into there. And what we need to do here is set our interface. And we want it to be... Let's turn this right round. This one here. And we want to make that push-pull. And the same with this one. So let's try and make this one also... Go on, you know you want to. Let's turn this up this way. Quite hard. There we go. Push pull. And the same for you. push pull. And then the theory is, if we now take out the Mobius Fuel from here, not the Mobius Fuel, so the Alchemical Coal from here and here, that will then put the buckets in, and once the buckets themselves are actually used up, what it should do is then eject those buckets back into here, which will refill them and keep the cycle going. So I think that could work quite nicely. So it's a good way of keeping power going. Well, we're pretty much full on power here. I've actually turned off the that spawner up there for the moment, so we're just literally working on this one here. I'm kind of wondering why that's not spawning though. It's got power. Okay, so it's needing mob essence. Are we out of mob essence? We might well be out of mob essence. That could be a bit of an issue. In fact, it's not going to be a bit of an issue. It's going to be a fairly big issue. So we need to start generating a bit more mob essence. So yeah, that's not going to be working much over the next little bit of time, is it? So yeah, we might need to try and find some way of getting stuff to spawn in there. But from a power perspective, that should then keep us going quite nicely, as that will give us our power. Now what we could do is actually move our wee magma crucible down to the next level and get that set up down there. So if we take this, are you going to... yeah, you should break fine. So let's collect you. Let's grab ourselves a little bit of that. Let's make ourselves a hopper. Don't think we've got any hoppers lurking in here, have we? Nope. And nope. So get ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go, and that will do for a single chest. Oh, 7. What are we doing? There we go. Let's make ourselves a couple of chests. Make ourselves a very quick hopper. There we go. Ooh. So you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. That's you. We'll take you back. Where's our sword gone? Ah, it's up there. And what we'll do is we'll set up for the lava. So let's have a look. Do we need power wise? So we've got item conduits. Let's try it with those. Hopefully those will work. Hopefully. And power. I think, have we got... yeah, we've got a couple of energy conduits there as well. Brilliant. And we do have a double layer capacitor. Not perfect, but that should very certainly help a little bit with the power consumption in that last Stirling generator. So let's pop that into there like so. See, that's doing 133, isn't it? Okay. Right, so what we then need is, let's go 1, 2, 3. Ooh. We will disable this one. Disable you. You need to be insert. You'll need to be also insert. You will need to be insert. We should be able to power this little beaut from here. Excellent. So dunk. Insert power to you, like so, and you are now extracting. So let's extract. Active without signal. So that effectively should start making magma that will then pump into our tanks, that will then basically keep these furnaces ticking over beautifully. There we go. So that's busy generating at the moment. That's generating. Perfect. So that should, see, that's generating quite nicely. That should help keep that going. Obviously we want to try to make sure that we have enough stone going in. So let's pop that there. Pop chest on top. Like so. And let's just bung ourselves just a little bit into there, which should then hopefully keep that ticking over. And I think we need to set this to pull. There we go. So I'll now start feeding those in there. Keep that topped up at 64. That should keep that going. These should then fill up. Probably I would imagine from this one first. If this is going to work, do we need to... that's active without signal. Let's make this extract. There we go. That's it. So that's now filling those up. So we've basically got a way now of keeping power going to this, which should hopefully generate enough power once we've actually got the mob essence to do that. So we do need some spawns, sadly, to be able to get this going. But yeah, I think once that's up and running, it's a little crude. Don't get me wrong, it is a little crude, but it is a renewable energy source effectively. That's just going to keep circulating those buckets, which is very cool. So we just need to basically keep that filled with cobblestone. Not a massive issue, bearing in mind that we've got the quarry obviously over in the aroma mining world, but for now we can quite easily sort of grab as much cobblestone as we can out of here. Ooh, we've got more than our inventory will hold. We have. Okay, let's just feed some of that back in. There we go. And we'll go and pop this just in that chest down there. Like so. There we go. Perfect. So that is that. I quite like those. I quite like these tanks. You've actually got that ability to have that interface with them, which is very cool. So that will help us immensely, no doubt. Now we could try switching this back on again. There we go. You see, now it looks like we've got enough power built up in there to start generating those. Now, are you going to carry on spawning? Is that enough? Doesn't seem to be powering much more, but we should, in theory, have quite a good power generation now that might enable that to start being powered. Okay, so that should give us a little bit of mob essence in there as well, which will start feeding through to the spawner in there. So okay, could probably sort of let that do its thing for a while. Maybe power you off again. I'll just kind of keep periodically coming in and turning that on, but it's going to give us some drops. Oh, hello. Yeah, there we go. That's a blitz spawned. Just the one mind, but that's Another one of those. Yeah, they're starting to spawn a little bit again. Excellent. So hopefully that will feed some essence in, with them not being sort of left off for too long. Happy days. Okay, so the other source of fuel problems, which, you know, this potentially could solve the same issue, but that is up here, which is our main power source here. As you can see, we are running on zilch. We have zero power here whatsoever. So we need to find a better fuel method. We were using the alchemical coal, which is fine, but there is a better coal that we can actually make. Are they spawning quite well now? Oh, that's looking a bit better, isn't it? But yeah, what we can actually make is something that I sort of slipped up and mentioned earlier when we were taking stuff out, which is the Mobius Fuel. And this is the tier 2 fuel. MOB. So that's this stuff here, which is Mobius Fuel. That is very easy to make. So it's basically the alchemical coal. You can make it in the aludel, and we just need to use 2 of the minium dust. So it's quite expensive in that respect. I've got 15, so we've got enough there probably to make about 7 of these, which really isn't very much at all. So I think we need that and that into here. And what that should do is start making us the Mobius Fuel. And I'm pretty sure with this it's not learnable. Oh, it is learnable. It is learnable, I think. So let us just quickly throw that in there. Perfect. Yes, it is. Excellent. So that has a much higher energy value. As you can see, that is burn time of 102,400. So that is going to give us considerably better level of fuel. So we do need to make some more of the minium dust. Let's have a look. What have we got a lot of? Quite a lot of blaze rods. So let's take a stack of blaze rods. Let's make ourselves, what do we think? Do we think some blaze powder? To try and get the minium powder. I'm thinking, yeah, let's go with blaze powder. Because we can get double the quantity for that. Which means we can stick it into the aludel here. Hopefully that will be enough to start getting us some minium dust. What's that? Redstone board. Okay. Come on. You know you want to. Let's just hope that this does give us a minium dust. It might be that we actually need to be looking at grinding up diamonds and things. We'll do a little bit of this. Diamond wise, we don't have a lot. We only have 14 diamonds. Are you going to give us some minium dust? I don't think it is. Right, okay. That's not a problem. We'll take all of this. Let's stick those into there. Let's get some diamonds. As many as we can. So it gives us 6 there. Got 11. We'll take the blaze powder. So let us cook ourselves up those. Because now we can get the alchemical coal quite easily through exchange. There we go, that's better. That is much better. So we should be able to get plenty of that, and obviously we'll keep an eye on our wood situation out here. And we'll just use the exchange on that, on this here, to get ourselves the alchemical coal. Or we could use it for grinding up our diamonds, which would be cool. So let's take that for the time being. And we'll go and stick that down in the exchange and see if we can try and get ourselves a few more diamonds, hopefully. Don't think it's going to be quite enough, but let's see. ATU, 2, is it enough to get us a diamond? Oh, it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, It is. It gives us a diamond anyway. There we go. So it's away. It is away, so we've not quite got enough there, but we should be able to get ourselves some more rods. And we'll get ourselves... So I think the Certus quartz, I don't think we managed to get that. We'll just take some charcoal. But yeah, we'll throw those into there as well. And carry on getting ourselves... That's another 10 minion dust there. So we can chuck those into there. So yes, we've now got 6 of these, which we can use to start getting a bit more energy. So we'll leave those running, but we'll take those for the time being, and we'll go and stick those down and let those work. So that should hopefully start helping with a little bit of that energy. I am going to use this charcoal just in these for the moment, and we'll go 2 of each of those in there, 2 in there, and then once these have run out, we'll stick those into there for them. So that is that. So we've got nothing else down here. I think it's going to be a bit slow. I think I need to find actually some extra spawners, just so we can try and make a bit more fuel and have a bit more energy to exchange. But we are getting there. I think it's very experimental, just with regards to how we're actually going to how we're going to be making all the stuff that we need to. But it gives us something to work on, which is good. There we go. So I'm going to grab these. Pretty happy with those. Kind of goes nicely with the outfit as well, doesn't it? Very nice. But yeah, there we go. So that is our Mobius fuel. What we can do is, once we've started this up, we've got a little visitor over in the background there. I think there he is. Hi. Yeah, what we can do is later on, once we've got this up and running a little bit more, is start looking at the next tier, which is the Eternalis fuel, which is the tier 3, and that is quite a powerful fuel. So yeah, 819,200 burn time on that, and that's exchange energy we're going to need for it. So obviously when we come to try and produce that, that is going to be a lot. But when you think about it, burn time wise, that will go for some time, so that will keep us going. Well, if you look at it, it's sort of 8 times really what we've got going on here. So well worth the investment, I think, but one step at a time. But for now, guys, thank you all very much for watching, and we shall see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.